Hi, my name's Steve Lewis, www.fitforfunction.com.au. Welcome to another edition of Fit for Function. Today we're going to look at jumping, we're going to look at hopping, and we're going to look at some jumping. I've got to give credit to the Gray Institute, that's GIFT, Gray Institute of Functional Transformation in Adrian, Michigan, headed by Gary Gray, Dave Tiberio, Dougie Gray, my friends out there. They really came up with these concepts of multi-directional jumping and really put a nice strategy behind them so that we're not just jumping aimlessly, but there's a real direction and strategy and a goal and a purpose behind what we're doing. When we think about jumping, we often just think about jumping up and down on the spot. And yet when you really think about jumping in sport or in anything that we're doing, generally jumping is often done in different directions, in different planes, off one leg, off another leg. It's generally responding to the ball coming towards us, or we've got to reach down and jump towards to hit a tennis ball, for instance. So there's so many ways in which we can jump, and all of them are very functional, and the body has to be trained to be able to handle any of those positions and any of those movements. So typically we see jump training, as I say, in this plane here. But let's have a look, let's play around with this. What else can we do? Okay, well, on two legs we can jump in the frontal plane. We can do some sagittal plane jumping. We can do some transverse plane jumping. So we're hitting our three planes of motion there. What else could we do? Well, we could do the same motions, but we could just travel with those. So I could do backwards and forwards jumping while coming forwards. Now whilst going backwards. Left to right while going to the right. Left to right whilst going to the left. I can rotate whilst going in a circle. And I can rotate and come back the other way. So again, we've got all these triplane loading. The foot, the ankles, the knees, the hips, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine, the scapula, the shoulder girdle has to respond accordingly. Again, by using our understanding of applied functional science and using different drivers, we can create different reactions. What else can we do with this? Well, we can then bring some arm drivers to complement and really help load up the trunk to help complement and just tweak up these jumps a little bit. So I could jump in the sagittal plane, and if I really wanted to get a good eccentric load of my abdominals in the sagittal plane, then I could do this. I could jump backwards with an overhead reach, like so. Again, if I wanted to really get that load in the sagittal plane, I can do overhead reaches as I jump in the frontal plane. And again, the other way, I can reach overhead as I jump to the left. So again, every time I jump, I get a certain reaction occurring where I have to lengthen and my abdominals have to decelerate that in three planes. Again, transverse plane, I can reach overhead as I rotate. And again, the other way, I can reach overhead as I rotate. So there's some jumping ideas. Again, I could do that with some traveling. I can speed it up. I can go higher. I can jump further. There's so many different things that I can do. I can add weight to that if I really wanted to. Hopping, the same thing. Hopping, very important. Generally in sport, we're generally driving from one leg to the other. Very rarely do we move around like this. We're generally moving from one foot to the other, no matter what we're doing, whether it's basketball, tennis, it's always shifting weight from one leg to the other. So, we're really asking a lot here of the ankle, calf, the knee, as we jump backwards and forwards in the sagittal plane. Again, the other foot, jumping backwards and forwards in that sagittal plane. Again, I can change feet, moving to the frontal plane. Again, asking for different motions in the foot and ankle to be able to make this successful. And the other side. So again, it's up to us to understand our clients' needs and what their skills are and what their strengths are in order for us to prescribe the right exercise for them based on their ability. Again, bring the rotation. Getting some great triplane load in here of the foot and ankle. And the other side. Again, the whole system's working here. Fantastic. Again, if I wanted to tweak that up or down, I can use arm drives in various planes. So for example, I could use a frontal plane driver with the hop. So I could jump backwards and forwards and drive my arms in the frontal plane. Again, I could do that the other side. Again, I'm going to drive. Big response to the trunk. My core's working hard here. Okay, and again, I can do that in the frontal plane. So I can jump and drive. Again, the other side. Brilliant, and I can even do the rotation on that as well. So I can rotate and back, rotate and back, rotate and back, rotate and back. Very tough one. I can go the opposite way to that, so in sync or out of sync. Here, 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 here. Okay, great. So we've got some jumping ideas, some variations, hopping variations. Again, I use all these with my clients, and I use the necessary one depending on their skill level. So we're going to do some jopping. So jopping, we're really going from a two-footed position, which is a jumping position, where we take off and then we land on one foot and then come back to two. So a jop is half jump, half hop. So 2 feet to 1 foot, back to 2. So I'll show you. Sagittal plane, hop, back, 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 back. Again, I can do that in the frontal plane, 2 feet to 1 foot. And again, I can do the same thing in the transverse plane. Rotate it, jump it, land it, land it, land it, land it, land it. And as you can see, you just have to look at it. If you've got a client who's an athlete or a sportsman, or even somebody that just needs to be able to turn and change direction, which is everybody, this is a really nice way we can do this. Again, we can start very basic, very simple hopping. We can then tweak that up to really tweak up the task demand based on our knowledge of applied functional science and functional motion. Okay, I'm going to finish there today. Thanks for watching Fit for Function. That's www.fitforfunction.com.au, and I'll see you again with another video soon. Thank you.